Okay, so I'm out here in my shop, have some problems with the lathe. The bearings in the lathe probably haven't been changed in 20 some odd years. We bought this lathe a couple years ago. So anyways, I'm going to show you what I am working on as far as getting the bearings replaced on this. Okay, so you can see that I've removed the hand wheel and undid the set screw that holds this nut into place. You can see the indentation right there where that set screw has to line back up and sit into that spot. Here on the pulley there are two more set screws that have to be removed in order to free up the pulley from the shaft. This one I've already pulled out. And then you can see the two bearings in the front and the one in the back that will have to come out and be replaced. You also have two bushings in next to the pulley that are different lengths, and so you need to make sure you get those back in the same position as you are removing them, because that lines up the pulley with the pulley below on the motor. Okay, so here I'm making the dowel that will go through the bearings to knock out the spindle and catch the two bushings and the pulley. Okay, so as you can see here, here's my pulley. I still got to pull out this set screw right here that you can see. Sorry, my light. I'm trying to get my light better for you. So you can see the set screw right there. Here's the dowel that I made, and I also put a little tip on the dowel so that it goes in there. I'm not wobbling around trying to hammer that in. Before I start hitting on this with the dowel, I've also got a block of wood and my sledgehammer that I'm going to tap on it first. Do not tap directly on the shaft. You can bend the shaft, crack the shaft. Something bad's going to happen if you do that there. So let me go ahead and get the set screws pulled out, and I think we're going to be pretty close to go. I also do need to figure out some way to mark those. I think I just might mark this one over here because that's the one I can get into. I just really need to mark one just so I know the position at which they go back in. Okay, so that one's marked. The other thing too is I have a cord bowl over here that is holding all the pieces. Okay, tools and the threaded insert are put in there in the bowl, so I know right where they're at. That's marked. Just making sure going everything through my head. I give a thanks to Roger at Craft Supplies USA in Provo, Utah for helping me on this a little bit. It's pretty straightforward, but you're gonna see one thing I am gonna do is one thing I am gonna do is liberally coat those in WD-40. If I figured out this right, this lathe was made in 1998, according to the stamp on the bottom of the lathe, and I'll read it to you. It is 408, which is the model number, and it says 1698, so I'm assuming 1698 is when this lathe was manufactured. Do a little squirt on the inside too. really not going to affect the bearings. And if you listen carefully, you can hear those bearings knocking. So I'm pretty sure this is the case. So here we go with the sledgehammer. Let's see what we can do here. Oh, there it moved. And sure enough, here it comes. Now the nice thing about the rod is it'll catch all the parts as I slide through there. And I'm going to go as far as I can with the block. Just about to the point where I can't hit it anymore. I'm there. Alright. Shaft is coming out. No scratches on the shaft that I can see. That's a good thing. Very good thing. Just some grease right there. Nothing to really worry about. Really minor rust in there. Alright. We're still moving. Definitely caught the first bushing. And it's getting easier as I pound it. Now, okay, so we're still in there. Now I'm going to support this end. And oh, dang. Yeah, definitely some, definitely some issues going on with my shaft. There's the shaft, but you can see that. Yeah, that's a problem. I think all I'm going to really do is smooth it up. That set screw. It's got to be the set screw from the pulley. Yeah. Set screw from the pulley, it's been slipping. Sorry. I felt that slip as I've been trying to remove my chuck. And I noticed it yesterday too, so really I don't think I'm going to do much other than just clean up the burrs on it. That's all it is for now. I'm probably going to remove these now one at a time, carefully so I don't drop them, and get in here to where I can remove the pulleys. So here's the snap ring that I pulled out on the front side of the head, right there next to this bearing here, and there is also one on the back side of these two bearings that you can see there. And so now I will be able to just push those bearings out the front through here. Okay, so we're going to try and punch those bearings now. I need my handy dandy rod and a hammer. And we're making progress. There goes one. There's the second. Okay, so I got all 3 bearings removed, and Roger said one of them might be a different size, but they are all the same size. One of the bearings actually had some damage on the seal, and you could see, and that bearing would actually not rotate at all, which could be leading to the problems that I was having as well. But I talk about forgetting. Guess what I almost forgot. Drop that in there. Don't have to go anywhere special, just needs to get on there. Now I can fit the other collar in that way. So rubber mallet time, because I can't darn it. Now let's tap away. Okay, so I know that's where it needs to be. Now there is going to be one tricky part that I'm going to have here. Thankfully it moves. Okay, pull the belt back out of the way. And someone suggested replacing the belt, and they're right, I really should. However, my bottom pulley has some damaged threading on it, and I want to be able to schedule a time with the machinist that I can just say, hey, I'm bringing the pulley in to you at this time. I need you to be ready to prepare the thread so that I'm not down time. Give that just one more little tug, just to make sure. Okay, I feel comfortable with those. They're set down in there. They look good. That's in place. Everything looks really tight and really good. Okay, so I'm back. Drill the hole in the end of that so that it can fit over that. Okay, once again, making sure it's dust free doesn't help much in a wood shop, but I'm gonna wipe everything down. Grab my other bearing. And a swig of Pepsi. Whew. I hear a little monster coming out. Okay, carefully. Just gonna kind of place that in there. Okay, we are moving in. See, just a little bit of dust I want to knock off. Sorry, my hand's covering it. I'm trying not to. Make sure everything's tight. There's no... Take that off. Man. issues there. Looks good. What I get. See? Okay, belt's still loose. I haven't connected it to the motor yet, but in time I'll get that done. Honestly, this has been a fun little project. And I notice, oh, those are a lot tighter. Used to spin freely, and I always thought that was a good thing, but the more I'm learning, and there's not a bit of sound in that at all now. The more I'm learning, the less sound, or the less spin there is. These bearings are packed tight. I'm going to hold on to this because I do not want to lose it. This is a good time to lock the headstock in place, because this little bad boy is left-handed nut. And yes, you're going to cuss me for using a pipe wrench on this, but honestly, I need to back that off one second. The other one thing you need to remember is to get your hole you have to fit into lined up. So perfect right there so you can see it. I'm not going to spend $25 on a wrench, although I did do that on stinking pliers. But, so I'm not quite lined up on my hole. And I'm going to take my old trusty monkey wrench. This is going in my pocket. Don't let me forget. So we are going to crank on it to right there. And I'm lined up perfectly. You're gonna hate me for that. I'm sorry. Okay. That is on. Essentially, the whole assembly is done. I will pop on the hand wheel now, and we'll test her. Hand wheel once again. If anybody would be willing to donate me a wrench, be my guest. This bad boy right here is like 1 3/4 inches. I had to go get a bigger pipe wrench for it. But really, I don't think, because it was rusted on there, I don't think I need much more than that. Pull that free. Lift the belt off. I hear absolutely nothing. That's good. And I can drop my motor. And I actually like to put as much weight on this bar as possible so that that's tight. Okay, snap rings are in place. Set screws are in place. This set screws in place. Really, there's only the 3 set screws that hold it together. So now, we're going to check it and see if I can get it to vibrate like I did before. Success! She's alive! Thanks, everybody. It's been grand.